Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's Frequency Intel. I'm going to be reading the frequencies of the current energies that we're working with and share some strategies and practices that we can work with to navigate these really challenging times that we're in. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me live. And I wanted to, just as a reminder, that if you're viewing this live or if you are viewing this at another time, there is no time, there is no space. And so if you're coming across this message, whenever you're coming across it, it's relevant to you. It has relevant content that will be supportive for your journey wherever, whenever you're receiving these messages. And so I just wanted to put that out there to remind us all that we're walking through really unprecedented times, and it is really, really vital that we have some support, we have some guidance, we have some ways to understand what we're walking through, because we've never done this before. This is all completely new to every single one of us. And so how these frequency intel started was I was doing this for myself every morning, because all through the past 4 years, everything was so intense and so wonky, and especially for empaths and intuitives and sensitives, and it was really hard. And I wasn't able to really balance in all of the chaos without sitting down and tuning in to my intuition. And this is the first share that I think is so vitally important, is I was tuning into my intuition and asking, what are these frequencies? How can I navigate them? What are the strategies and messages of encouragement and love from my team of light, from my entourage of light, from the angels, archangels, ascended masters, loved ones, my spirit tutors and technicians, my team, and the ancestors are also part of my team from the other side that are not walking through this in the physical form, that could support me. And I started receiving these really profound messages, and really simple. Profound can mean super simple, which normally we as humans want to complicate everything, but in reality, the guidance, the messages, the energies that we're walking through are really complex, and the strategies that we can use to walk through these with grace, with simplicity, with balance, with harmony, with joy, with ease, are very, very simple strategies. And so the frequencies that I was tapping into this morning, and really I was getting messages all through the night, which I often do before I do these frequency intel and share these messages with all of you, is focus. The frequency of focus. And we can think of frequencies as consciousness. And so if we think of the frequency of focus as a consciousness that's here to support us and nourish us as we walk through all of the change that's happening, we will be able to stay in our center, in our alignment, in our truth, in our knowing. And when things arise that are really challenging for us, we'll still be able to stay in our center. So I think of this as balancing within the chaos, because let's face it, the planet is in total mayhem and chaos. And the collective consciousness is really, how I see it is, it's really been enmeshed. There's been a lot of enmeshment in practices, in control tactics, in mechanisms and structures, in creations that are no longer serving us, that are about the power over, the power to control another in order to feel safe and resourced. Those are the old structures that are crumbling and falling away. And it's really intense to go through change. And it's doubly intense because we have an emotional body. And we have to be able to navigate our emotions, the energy in motion that's moving through us, that is bringing up the old traumas, the old experiences that are unresolved within us, the lifetimes of devotion to these old practices where we gave away our power, where we were dominated and controlled, where we were in lack mentality, where we believed there wasn't enough, and it was, and our outer world was showing us that there wasn't enough. So we're stepping out of all of these old paradigms and focus. Cultivating focus, which is exactly the opposite of what is here on the planet at this time. How much technology, how much information, how much overwhelm and overstimulation do we have going on right now? And it can be really challenging to focus and to bring balance. So we're in this season of the equinox right now. So northern hemisphere, we're going through the fall equinox. The southern hemisphere is going through the spring equinox. This brings balance, which gives us balance in our, it brings us into the energy of androgyny. And the energy of androgyny is the balancing of the yang, masculine, and yin, feminine principles that are energy within us. So when we come into balance in our interior, we have the ability to focus. Even if everything around us is trying to distract us, we can come into focus. So a few of the ways that I've been using to really bring focus back into my life, back into my toolbox for navigating challenging, disruptive energies, is to go back to my original meditation practice of paying attention to my breath. And every time the mind distracts, I come back to my breath. So that is cultivating focus within the brain, within the right and left hemispheres of the brain. And the other strategy that's really come into my awareness, and I've been very, very consciously guided to take advantage of, is hemisync meditations. Hemisync is, you can find it on YouTube. You can find hemisync from the Monroe Institute, which is where it was created. It's a frequency training for your brain that balances the right and left hemisphere of your brain. So I have been really giving myself permission to listen to hemisync twice a day, every day. And that is, it's clearing the distracted mind. It is so potent and so powerful and so simple that if you give yourself 10 minutes of listening to hemisync a day, your mind is going to begin to emptying out all of the distraction and coming back into balance and harmony, coming back into that principle of doing and being in equal measure. So those are the two strategies. There are many, many others. Candle gazing is another very simple practice that brings balance to your mind. That is so effective. So that's another practice that we can utilize to bring focus. The other one is to turn off the electronics, turn off all electronics, and give yourself a break. Give yourself a daily break where there is no electronic frequency pulling you out of your focus and concentration, pulling you out of your intuition. Our imagination and intuition is the most powerful tool that we have at our disposal 24/7. And it's something that the powers that be, that want to distract us, that want to make us go, 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 do, 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 be, be, so that we're exhausted all of the time, don't want us to access. But I am encouraging and inviting everyone to begin to cultivate your intuition like nobody's business. This is the food of the soul. This is the sustenance of our ability to become the powerful creators that we're here on the planet to be, to know what our passions are, to know what our purpose is, and to live it out, to share it with the world, to bring it into harmonic alignment and focus into the collective consciousness, into physical reality, so that we're sharing our gifts, our abilities, our genius here onto the planet. So the other thing that's been really coming in very strongly, and I'm experiencing with so many of the people that I work with, so many of the people in my inner world, so many of the people in my family, my community, are experiencing, I'll call it invasive energies. So energies that are coming in and taunting, distracting, scaring. When we have energies, aggressive energies, the energy of anger, the energy of fear coming into our energy field, whether it's from the people around us, whether it is from the invisible world, mocking spirits, entities, distracting energies, we need to have really clear, crystal clear boundaries of our aura, of our energy field, that no one else has permission to come into our energy field. I've had so many people tell me that they've been awakened by funky energy in their bedrooms, or they've seen spirits when they've never seen spirits before. And these things are happening because the veils are really thin right now between the world of energy, the world of spirit, and the world of the physical world of the third dimension that we live in. The veils are thinner than I've ever felt them, I've ever experienced them, and I've ever seen them. So we need to have really clear strategies for keeping our energy field pristine and clear and sovereign. So there's a sovereignty decree that I'm going to be sharing with you. And if you feel called to feel into, is this sovereignty decree right for me? I think that personal agency is everything on the planet. So feeling into, is this sovereignty decree right for me? Does it feel aligned for me? And if it's a full yes, then I encourage you to repeat this either out loud, if you're able to, if you're in a space where you feel comfortable and you feel safe. If you're with some other people and you don't quite feel safe to be repeating strange mantras or decrees out loud, saying it in your mind is equally as effective. Both ways are equally as effective. They are as powerful. It's your intention and your commitment and devotion to your own sovereignty that is the most important driver in this sovereignty decree becoming your reality. Sovereignty means that you are the ruler of your reality, that no other energy, entity, being, or person has permission to shift your reality. It means that you are creating your reality. What you're feeling, sensing, intuiting, experiencing is your material. Anything outside of you, not your responsibility. You are not responsible for any other human beings' experience, emotions, how they choose to respond or receive what you are sharing, what you are doing, how you are being in the world. No other being has permission to alter your internal state unless you give it to them. Unless you give them permission to affect you. So our sovereignty is everything, and we are going to be going through really challenging times moving forward. I don't want to create fear by saying that, but I want to be realistic in what I share with you. I want to be honest in the information and the messages that I'm receiving and sharing that information and those messages with you so that you are in full agency of determining whether or not you are choosing to believe what I'm saying is up to you. That's your sovereignty. But the messages that I'm receiving are that we're going to be going through some really challenging, unprecedented times. And we need to be in our sovereign power. We need to be focused, and we need to be in balance and harmony and empowered in our own authentic power to stay in our alignment and to choose to be the powerful creators that we are. So if this sovereignty decree feels aligned for you, I'm going to be sharing it with you, and I'm going to give space in between each statement for you to repeat it after me, whether it's aloud or internally. And this will be recorded so you can go back to it over and over again. When I was creating sovereignty in my energy field and an impenetrable barrier between me and all other energies, it took some time. It took me repeating this over and over and over again until I felt completely sovereign and my energy field was under my charge, under my control. And I could feel if another energy was trying to come into my field and affect me, I could feel it because I was so clear, crystal clear and focused on what my own energy field without any other energies in it felt like. So that's the practice, is getting your energy field cleared using this sovereignty decree, and then really feeling and knowing when another energy or an entity comes into your field, comes into your reality, and you knowing that you have the sovereign duty to say, no, get out of my energy field. You are not welcome in my energy field. My energy field is sovereign. So being really strong and devoted to your own clarity in your own energy field. That includes your mind, that includes your emotional energy body, that includes your physical body, that includes your energetic body, and that includes your spiritual body, which can be invaded quite often by low vibrational energies of fear and domination and control on this planet. So that's why I'm sharing this sovereignty decree with all of you, so that we can begin to become the true sovereigns. So that no matter what is going on around us, it does not have power to take us out of our center, of our knowing ourselves as divine, holy, sacred, and sovereign beings. All right, so here we go. I'm going to share this sovereignty decree with all of you, and it's fairly short. And I just want to invite everyone, if it feels aligned for you, to close your eyes or lower your gaze. And to take a few gentle breaths. Taken in a lot of information, and I want you to set all of that aside and leave it for now. It's on this recording, and you can go back to it and listen or take notes as often as you'd like. And taking a few clearing breaths, breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth with a sigh. I'd love for you to take 3 clearing breaths. And we'll begin. I am a sovereign being of the light. My energy field is sovereign. I am no longer a resource of energy for any other being. My energy field is sovereign. No other being, energy, mocking spirit, hungry ghost, vicious entity has permission to be in my energy field. I am a sovereign being of the light, and my energy field is sovereign. I have decided, and therefore it is. My word is my law. I am a sovereign being of the light. And so it is. And so this recording is here for you now to utilize and to become so crystal clear what your energy field feels like without any other energy in your energy field. No one else's thoughts, no one else's energies, no one else's intuition, no one else's emotions, no other being across all time, space, and dimension in your energy field. No more. No more taking responsibility for other people in our life and how they feel. No more taking responsibility for other people's emotions. No more responsibility for taking care of other people emotionally, mentally, physically, that are not our very small children who are actually dependent upon us. Those are the only human beings that we are actually responsible for taking care of. Grown children, we're not responsible for them. Spouses, partners, beloveds, best friends, parents, we're not responsible for them. We're not responsible for giving them our energy. No more. We cannot do this anymore and stay fully empowered and fully sovereign and allow others to be fully empowered and fully sovereign. And we can no longer permit other energies, mocking spirits, hungry ghosts, vicious entities, meddling spirits, other energies from other planets in our energy field. No, if we don't want to engage with other energies from other dimensions, we have a right and permission to say no to them. Get out. You are not welcome in my reality. So there. That is what I wanted to share with you all today, and to really just sit for a minute and call in our the beings of light that love us unconditionally, our spirit tutors, our entourage of light, our teams of light, the creator beings, the spirit tutors and technicians, the angels, the archangels, the ascended masters, our loved ones, and our beautiful ancestors that are of the light, our ancestors, the spirit of the earth, Her Majesty Earth, and the star beings that are here supporting us and sharing their light with us, the stars, the planets, the plants, the animal kingdom, all of the beings that are here supporting and uplifting us and encouraging us and empowering us to walk through this really challenging time with grace, with ease, with gentleness, with balance and harmony, and to call in our beloveds that can hear us, that can support us, that understand us, that allow us to be our unique and wildly creative and wildly powerful and successful and abundant and fulfilled selves. In this circle of compassion, you can turn on your intuition, your imagination, and see a circle of compassion forming all around you. Call them in. Ask for guidance. Ask for support. Ask for help. Ask for encouragement when you feel blue, when you feel down, when you feel discouraged, when it seems like it's so intense, we have no idea how this is all going to work out. When you have authentic fear come up, when you have challenges arise in your life. There are a lot of people exiting the planet right now and going back to source. There are a lot of people in my reality that have people very close to them dying right now. And that is super challenging. It's really impactful. So call on your teams of light, call on the circle of compassion, and give them permission to surround you, support you, encourage you, create serendipities, synchronicities to help you thrive in this really amazing and potent time we're walking through on the planet. I'm here. I love you. There's information on my website of support. There are self-mastery tools on my website that are free, that I am creating more of on a daily basis and uploading. And I love you. I love you infinitely. I love you to the extent of the reality of infinite love that we are able to garner and understand at this time. I love you with all of my being. You are not alone. If you're going through really challenging times, remember, you are loved. You are loved. You are cherished beyond measure. You are valuable, and you are wholly worthy of everything that you dream of, everything that you desire to have, do, be, and create. It is in your power to manifest into your reality, to crystallize into physical reality. Thank you all so much for joining me. I love hearing your shares, your comments, how these frequency intel are supporting you, impacting you. It really gives me the courage to continue to do this. It really supports my availability to share deeper and deeper, and to be the channel of divine wisdom and grace and healing energy that I chose to be in this lifetime. Thank you. I look forward to seeing you next week on the Frequency Intel and hearing from you in the comments and shares. And however we connect, we're connecting into the etheric realm. All right, my beautiful friends, I love you so much. Thank you for contributing your frequency to these frequency intel. We're all here doing this together. It's not It's not me. It's we. Supporting each other through all of this.